Welcome back, episode 11 of the 167 podcast. Mun, Hughesey, DYOR Dave, myself, and DYOR's Tinder ban, as we were talking about off the top. So
got me straight up.
Yeah, I thought we'd discuss that straight off the bat.
How do you even get banned from Tinder?
Look,
DYOR?
if I knew, I would tell you. Reach out Tinder, come sponsor the pod, sponsor the Perfect Partner segment, and get me back on.
There's some vicious rumours. There's been a bit of lies about your height.
I would never. I'm a proud short king.
Catfishing.
What are you? You're 5'8"?
Look, that's not important, you know.
5'8".
I wish I was
5'8".
5'8".
5'12", aren't you? 5'12".
Yeah, 5'12", you know, with heels on.
Yeah, true. Well, there you go. I thought we'd bring that off the bat after Dave got into me about my outfit today. So thank you.
Love it.
Appreciate that. But no, good to have you back, boys. And let's go straight into our primer because mine's got a pretty good one this week.
We'll see how we go. This primer is brought to you by Cameron Munster today. Boys, if you had to teach a class on one thing, what would it be? You're a teacher. You know how you get the substitute teachers coming in, and they obviously a lot of kids don't really respect the substitute teacher. But if you had the chance to teach something at a class, what would it be, boys?
So are we a sub? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't have to be a sub,
full-timer?
but you could be a full timer. But if you were as a teacher, what would you obviously teach?
Okay. Well,
You've got one
wifey's
60-minute
a teacher, so she's a sub. Mole's a teacher, so
There you go.
she does sport, which like PE sort of stuff. Which that's probably the easy answer. But I'm gonna go math.
Oh, you're good at maths.
I was. I don't know if I am anymore, but when I was a kid, I was a math whiz. I wouldn't say whiz actually.
Is there a particular math subject? You've got 60 minutes to teach a class, and you reckon you're diving into maths?
Nah, well,
Okay.
now that you say that, I take that back. I just remember I was good at math, and like my parents had high hopes for me being such a good, because I was always getting good grades in maths.
Okay.
And that was probably the only subject that I probably excelled in.
What grades are you talking? Like, are you talking subtract? Are we talking plus?
Yeah.
Are we talking
Pythagoras.
times table?
Yeah, no, I'm talking.
Trigonometry?
We're going early days, young primary school,
Primary some track
where you just
divide.
put up. Do you guys remember that?
timetables.
Yeah.
Timetables chart.
Timetables chart, but yeah, I'd probably go math.
Alright.
I don't know if I'd be any good now, but
What about something that isn't a school subject that you think you'd be able to teach and talk about for 60 minutes?
oh, that's okay. I like that. I like where you're coming from there. What am I? See, I'm not very good at many things, I think. So, that's a good question. That's really. You guys go first and come back to me.
That's the way I was thinking. I wasn't
Yeah,
thinking a
you weren't
school
actually
subject.
thinking school subjects. Yeah,
No.
no, that's.
So you're teaching so the new kids knew something about life. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Do you reckon?
Well,
Or were you
I
gonna
like
say-
that.
Oh well, I feel like there's some of the stuff that I learnt in school that I don't really use anymore. Like you know,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't. Know, I did like at school. I didn't know how to buy a house, interest rates. You don't know how to like buy your first home. All those little life skills that you need. I know that's something. And like realestate.com, I'm pretty interested in. Like maybe property development. That's probably something that I'd probably lean towards. I don't know a whole heap about it. I just got an interest in it. But for me, I think like metalwork or even woodwork when I was at school, hands-on, doing some stuff, building things. I think that'd be something that I'd try and learn try and teach the kids in 60 minutes. Don't know if it'd be great, but I'd be trying. That would be
You'd
somewhere
be a
I'd
fun
go.
teacher. So Mr. Munster walks into class.
Yeah, bang.
His first priority is putting on a YouTube video on how to buy property.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you just sit there for 60 minutes.
Healthy Harold's is sitting in there.
Healthy Harold. That's a throwback.
I'm interested to hear yours, Peps, because I reckon you got it.
Well,
That's why
yeah.
that's why I made this question.
Well,
up
that's
for
why I
you.
thought.
Yeah, no, I like the way you look
If
at
we're
that.
going like just a subject, it'd be PE for sure.
Yeah.
But my other one was like facing adversity. I reckon that'd be my
Yeah, I was thinking
my
that.
one. I
Yeah.
reckon.
Just about all the injuries
Yeah.
and stuff you had.
How to get injured.
Mental?
And how to come back from injuries.
Yeah, I like
the
it.
mental space. I reckon I'd do that, but it obviously wouldn't apply to everyone because
Yeah. It would have to be obviously a class where you got to choose. You know what I mean? Like there's,
Yeah.
you know how that back at school you get to choose if you want to do
Yeah, like
I don't
an
know.
elective.
Yeah, like elective one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be a good one, actually.
Yeah, so I think I'd do that.
I think there'd be a lot of people because you're talking about injuries with sport and stuff. Some people might have different adversities with family, like their partner, like their mum and dad could be going through some stuff and they're struggling at home. So
Try and make it all relatable.
that'd
Yeah.
be pretty cool, mate. I reckon that's something you should start up.
We'll see, eh?
Yeah, there might be
Thanks
something
for
that works.
planting the seed, man.
Yeah, well, if say we're on this topic, if you know what you know now, and you could pick a class back when you were in like high school or something, what would that be?
What do you
So
mean?
for me, like any class, so something that we like, it doesn't have to be math, like a normal school.
you can make
Something
your own
that you
class?
know now, like say, I'm thinking like how to invest my money, like a class of that back when I was, 15, 16.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it wasn't really a thing back in the day, where you can go to a class and be like, oh, the best way to grow your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like what's something like that?
Yeah, right.
You
Some-
could,
like if you could like make a subject.
yeah. If you could make a
From what you
subject
know
from
now.
what you know now, and what probably would have helped you, through your late teen years into your early 20s, what would that be?
Mine would be property portfolio, I reckon. Just understanding the ways of loans and fixed rates or interest rates with that, and then with obviously buying homes or commercial properties to be able to lend off and use the equity in that. And that, I reckon. I started to learn it now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I reckon I would have loved to have learned it when I was 15 or 16.
Yeah, that's a fair one. I think money's the obvious answer.
Yeah, when you think
How
about
to manage
it now.
money. But I think just like psychology around money. Like I think a lot of it's taught from the home, but a lot of people don't speak about money at home because it's sort of a bit forbidden. But
I'm thinking like even like a body, like I know PE and that, and I don't know if they did it, but like just learning about your body a bit more, like injuries and what can happen. Sort of like becoming a physio. Like if there was a class to help you become a physio, just learn it. Like even though I don't want to become a physio, but it would be pretty cool to like go into my early days of playing footy and that, and just knowing way more than I do
about your body and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Like back when I was
Yeah,
young,
true,
I would
that's
have
true,
injuries
yeah.
and I'd be like, I think it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how to rehab it. I just kept playing or not doing the right stuff.
So
So
you don't really find that stuff out till uni, I reckon.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
what I
do a
mean.
bit in PE,
yeah, a little
But
bit, but
then-
not.
human anatomy and
Yeah.
lots of stuff, not till university.
Yeah, so
Getting deep.
that'd probably be one that I'd
Getting
be
deep. But
keen
like
on.
I used to be like that, like, oh, why do we learn this at school and blah, blah, blah. But it sort of makes sense, right? Like I think school's good to learn discipline and you learn to do shit that you don't want to do, but sometimes you need to do the nitty gritty stuff.
You have to, yeah.
And like I think it took me a couple of years after school to realize that. So I'm like, well, it obviously serves its purpose, but there's definitely, I don't know what school's like now. Do they teach about like tax and I know you did a little bit of tax in math, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like
Nah, it wasn't huge.
Yeah.
I remember doing that as well.
Yeah.
Actually,
Actually, I sat next to a lady when I went over to Queensland for a promo for Queensland. And,
Cashy, nice.
and Queensland, one of the Queensland education, like high up teachers was coming to Melbourne to do a seminar. And she was talking to me about just obviously certain things that they need to do better. But she was saying that they're doing a lot more life skills now, so which is pretty good. So she's talking about obviously with tax and how to obviously do a bit more with your money. But yeah, it would have been nice when we were obviously around that
I
age.
also think they're doing a lot more around like regulating your emotions and
Yeah.
being able to communicate that, which
that's
is I
true.
think,
Yeah,
an important part of it. So
Yeah.
a lot of things doing right at schools.
Yep.
But if we were to have our final say on
Yeah.
a subject we bring in, I think mine would be psychology around money.
Yep.
Mun's would be
property.
property,
Mm-hmm.
and Hughesey's would be human body.
Yeah, just learning more about the body, I guess.
Nice.
Great question.
But shout out to all the teachers still, though. They're doing a great job.
We've got plenty
We're
of
not-
teacher listeners out there, so shout out. You're doing a good job. I say severely underpaid teachers. Obviously, massive part of
Future.
I guess the future and everyone's lives at school. So shout out to the teachers. There you go.
Yeah, teachers,
Little
of
segment.
course.
Well done, Mun.
Welcome,
Brought
boys.
to you by Cameron Munster.
Tough
Yep.
times.
So you got to
Tough
pay us,
times.
brother.
All right, boys. What's been doing? Easter weekend. We played a bit of footy. We'll get to that, but
Well, we didn't play, but we're out there.
we played one half.
We played it.
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
But no, Easter Bunny arrive safely at Q, boys, or
Yeah, well, obviously I got no kids, but Myself and
Honey?
Mo, a chocolate love. Yeah, well,
Honey can't eat chocolate,
Yeah,
but-
Honey has chocolate. She's going to die. But we had Mo's mum down. She loves the.
Shout out Bernie.
Yeah,
Was she
yeah,
happy
she
with
loves
the
Easter.
birthday? You got the birthday right?
I don't know if she's seen that actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Little brownie points. there
I'm
for you?
sure Mo. Well, she was happy to see me, so maybe she did see it. But yeah, she loves the whole Easter stuff. She got us some chocolates, and we went out and seen when we come back from the game. Obviously disappointing, but we went out and seen my sister and my nieces and nephews. That was good. Had a little Easter hunt with them. Bernie loves them as well. Like she adores those kids. So yeah, had a bit of play in the park and just chilled out. Had a couple chocolates. I have
It's
enough.
a chalky choice.
I have enough in my preparation, so I don't need any more. But I had a couple. Obviously Kit Kat. I'm a Kit Kat man.
Is there a Kit Kat egg?
Yeah,
There is.
There's a Kit Kat bunny. I wasn't an egg. It was a bunny. It was a bunny, like little that size.
And how
so.
do they layer it in the bunny, or it's just like
Nah, it was quite weird. I was talking to Mo about it. It was like she was like, "Is it good?" I was like, "It's nice, but it doesn't task like a Kit Kat." You know, how Kit Kat's got the wafer
yeah.
sort of stuff inside. I think that's what you call it. It didn't really have that. It had like a little like crunchy stuff inside, but it was still very nice. So, yeah.
Man, Easter Bunny found your house.
Yeah,
You've
he did,
seen it?
mate. He
Bro's got
into-
size
I
13
didn't
feet.
realise. I didn't realise that Bunny's bloody going and grabbed bloody what is it? The self-raising flour. Mate, he was a hungry bunny. He ate the carrot and then decided to had big feet too, like you spoke about. Couldn't believe it. Honestly, I put the kids to bed and he was already down there.
So you've seen the Easter Bunny?
Seen him bouncing around.
No way.
Yep, Reggie
Reggie the rabbit.
the rabbit. He was bouncing around off the walls. You know when you get like a deer and like those movies where an animal comes in the house and it just runs around and stuff. Trying my best to try and get out of the house. But no, he was very friendly. But yeah, no, the kids loved.
Yeah, how did the kids wake up? Were they absolutely loving it, or
They got up 5 a.m. Beautiful morning. Still pitch black. Then I can't really say it. We went down there and yeah, there was eggs everywhere. And then there was a half-eaten carrot. So Jackson was excited to know that the bunny come. They went outside and then they were everywhere. So we gave them, I think, 2 or 3 little eggs each. They can't afford to have more than that. Otherwise, they're not sleeping. So
They crash out after it, or what?
they did actually. Jackson for once actually had a nap in the afternoon. So
Wow.
chocolate out?
it was
So
all-
more chocolate.
Chocolate
you're saying?
coma.
Yeah, sugared out. But yeah, it was a good day. We went over to park, like what Jerome did with his family, and it started to spit. So we had to quickly run home. So then that was pretty much it. And I watched the AFL. So
Indoor.
indoor.
Bit of footy on.
What
over
about
the
yourself,
weekend.
mate?
No, I didn't do too much. Play PlayStation Easter
FIFA?
morning, which was nice. Yeah, with the boys. Obviously, playoffs
boys.
at the moment.
Mate, how's Emma go with all that?
She's
Well,
away.
she's in Sydney.
Yeah,
She's back now, but
That's
she was
right.
in Sydney over the weekend, so
cheering.
worked out well. All the boys had a Easter lunch, so we got a little morning session.
Yeah, nice.
But playoffs at the moment, so you got to play 20 games, and we finished up 16-4. So
That's great.
Very good.
That's up there. Surely.
that's up there. Yeah, I think
yeah.
we'd be top 5%. So
Beauty.
going well. But yeah, low key Easter. It was actually pretty nice. We had the weekend off, so
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday off was
yeah,
good.
obviously drown your sorrows, but no, it was good, and another Easter gone. Eh?
Mm, done.
They go quick.
Do you remember your Easter egg wish when you were a kid?
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. It was a big rugby ball.
With the ladder on the side?
Nah, but it was.
Oh, yeah?
It
Yeah.
was, but it was the same thing, but it was in New Zealand, so it didn't have like the NRL.
You had the Blues in Auckland.
Yeah, it was a bit different. I don't even know if they had the Super Rugby on it, but I know it was just a big footy egg, and it took me ages to eat. It was so big, bro. Like and my old man was sort of like, "Oh, you can't have that all at once." So I just used to pick at it every now and then, like every day. So I had it for like 2 weeks and just slowly ate it down. But yeah, the footy egg was the favorite.
Yeah. You the same?
Yeah, but I always used to always put the Broncos at the top when I was a Broncos fan.
Oh, so it actually had like a proper.
Yeah, it had ladder, yeah.
Oh, how
Yeah.
good! Do they still do that?
Nah, I don't know.
I seen one somewhere. I don't know where it was, and it had like the teams, but I don't know if you could pull it off. Like
Yeah,
had
it
the
was like a little
symbols
like
on it.
you can pull it off, and then it wasn't Velcro, but you could still put it back on the
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but you could change
Magnet
it
or
around.
something.
No, it wasn't magnet. It was cardboard, but I don't know if you could slide. Could you slide it in the back of it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, I used to always have Broncos.
That
I'm
was
sure
one
you
of
had the
greats.
Bulldogs. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Bulldogs at top always.
So
There we go. All right. let's talk about a bit of footy, boys. Disappointing result.
the bandana off, please. Rip it
But
off.
before we talk about the game, let's talk about what happened pre-game in our morning walk / kick tennis.
See, that's the issue.
The Teds versus Yobos contest of kick tennis.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Was it?
Always is.
What?
Always is.
Let me hear your thoughts first.
So, to paint the picture, Ted started well, 4-0.
We always do.
Yep.
Up, it's first to 11. A few controversial calls, got it back to 7-all.
And then we
got
ran away
to
with it, didn't we?
10-9
To them.
to the Yobos.
Yep.
Actually, before it got to 10-9, Wishy puts in this little dink. Wishy's on the Yobos. Only barely makes it over the net. I scramble unbelievably, graze myself up, cut myself all up,
Took one for the team.
catch the ball, and then put a big bomb up, crosses the line. Wishy leaves it.
No, that was short.
No,
Wishy
it was not.
that was
leaves the
short.
ball.
I was there, and I'm an honest man.
No,
and
the
that
ref was on the line. He
Can we
could see it.
establish who your refs are?
Yeah.
Dan De Pasqua?
Dan and
Yobbo?
And Lachlan Penfold.
Yeah, but Lockie doesn't
Yobbo.
even get a word in. Lockie says
Oh,
something and
no.
Dan doesn't even listen to
You
him.
are honestly blatant.
Anyway,
It's like,
put a bomb
it's like-
up, crosses the line. Wishy leaves it. Yobos get the point. Yobos win, and it's probably the 7th win for the Yobos in a row. But
Yeah.
since we had a loss, I'm sort of thinking the refs might change
Yeah.
that because they're very
maybe.
fixed on who wins based on performance. So controversial. Safe to say we weren't happy with it, and there's
Yeah.
a protest going on.
Well,
It's
if
up there with walking touch.
for us to win the game, I'm happy to lose the kick tennis if that's the way it goes. But
I'm
no,
happy
we're
to
just
lose.
trying our best. We're not out there doing anything.
On the day if you
untoward.
win, I'm happy.
It's
I won't kick cans.
it's your
But
problem
If you
with the
guys
ref.
start cheating like he's happy,
we're not. It's not us.
I can't cop that.
It's not us.
Just a
It's,
bit
you
of
need to talk to
accountability.
Dan. I'm happy if you guys want to put one Ted in. I'm happy to go to the top dogs and put a Ted ref in. Go one each.
All right.
But who would you pick?
Because there's honestly rumors going around that the Teds are just going to go and watch a movie in the morning.
Yeah, you don't even want to come on the walk anymore.
They're not even on a team walk.
Yeah, and those rumors are starting
Those
to become
rumours are-
true and true each day.
They're on strike.
Well, we'll
We need
next-
a camera. We need Noel to get the drone there. Imagine the drone over the top. You would have been able to see it perfectly.
Yeah, everyone would try to hit the bloody drone if that was in the air.
But I think the Yobbo's integrity is up for question. So that really set the tone for the day. And
Didn't talk to anyone.
yeah.
well, to be fair, we've won probably the first 3 kick tennises out of the 3 away games, and we've lost 2 away games. So it could be a thing. We might have to switch it up.
I think the Yobbos are getting complacent. That's my.
No, well,
They win the game in the morning. They think it's
I think
that's
it's
the
game
main
over.
thing.
Well,
You got to keep the main thing the main thing.
yeah.
I
We
just
do
think-
we do celebrate that win pretty hard in the morning.
You do go hard. Oh, mate, you deserve it if he's win fairly. I'm
It's
happy
not.
with this.
We're not cheating. It's not us. It's the refs. So I can't.
So you have
you know.
you admitted to it.
No, but you're blaming the refs. You guys
There
are
we
blaming
go.
the refs. That's
So
I'm
you're
happy to get
saying
another
that the
ref.
calls are just perfect.
Favouring the Yobbos.
no, I wouldn't say that. But there are some dodgy calls,
Okay,
and that just
that's what we
happens.
need.
That happens
That's what we
everywhere.
Wanted us when we
We'll
look
clear
at
that
it.
happens
up.
in-
We'll take it to the
All refs make
authorities.
dodgy calls.
Say straight to the camera, I am sorry, Teds, for cheating.
No, it's not me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, disappointing. But then
Yep.
Munn didn't talk to anyone for the next few hours and consisted on playing rugby 08 or 11.
11.
11.
Never played it before.
Couldn't get a win though, could you?
Nah, kept getting done in the last 10 minutes.
It's because you were playing with Ireland. That's why.
No, mate. Ireland's the best,
O'Driscoll,
mate.
bro.
O'Driscoll, mate. They can't catch him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the game a little bit.
Yep.
Great start, and just fell off, didn't it?
Yeah,
That was a weird
it
one.
was a really weird game, eh? Like, bit of an arm wrestle to start. They got early 2 points, and then, we went on a good run, and then they just sort of evened it up before the half time, and then that second half they just blew us off the park. Really, it was sort of similar to what we've been doing to other teams, and we just couldn't stop them. And they're a good footy team as well. Like, you probably forget how much talent they got in their team at times, but they're a classy footy team, and they played really well. And we just we got a bit of a rocket for our defense, but we leaked. I think it was like nearly 40 points
in a row.
a row, which is crazy. So we just couldn't stop them. So something we looked at after the game.
Was there? I don't know if this stat was right, but did we complete 3 sets in the second half?
Yep.
I think for a certain period,
For
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Completed 3 sets. So.
And we completed 18 sets in the whole game when you could usually do 18 sets in the first half.
Yeah.
So I know we talk out of defense, but our attack definitely didn't help it out.
No,
Yeah.
so.
Back to the drawing board. Had a tough session yesterday. We'll have another tough session today. Physicality's been up. Tensions have been high.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately takes a loss to get there, but it's good to see everyone hungry and want to bounce back from that.
I think Hughesey brought up a good point during the last week. Tax probably got us out of trouble, and we have leaked some points at the back end of the game, so which is not ideal, but it's good to get those lessons now and a big game at the back end of the year. So, hopefully this week's a little bit different against South on Anzac Day. We'll be a bit more feeling in it with obviously the Kiwis and the Pacific Islanders, and then us as a group of Australia. So we've got a lot to play for. Both teams will probably want to play their best because both teams didn't play a whole heap great last week.
So both coming off pretty tough losses.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big game.
Got pretty
Heated.
historic coaches as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting
forgot
battle.
about
Friday night, Amy Park.
Yeah.
Hopefully another sellout.
Yeah, well, hopefully they come off from the Collingwood-Essendon game.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
come
a
over.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. So you'll see a lot of AFL greats or tragics come over to hopefully watch us.
Yeah. It is a great game. Like Anzac Day, I'm so lucky to be part of it. So,
So it's a privilege.
yeah, really looking forward to it, and I guess we'll sum it up next week. But
Yeah. Hopefully get back on the winners train.
hopefully,
But just quickly, how good is Suncorp Stadium? Like,
yeah,
I was thinking about it when we were running out. I was like, this is so cool. Like, I've probably said it before. It's like my favorite stadium to play at. But it's just, I don't know. It's probably second to Amy, like where I love playing the most, I reckon.
atmosphere is different. Eh?
Yeah,
Like,
crazy.
the ground average.
Yeah,
But-
it was that day. Friday night was. They've
like a
had a
cricket
lot of
pitch.
rain up there,
Yeah.
but
There's no grass on the pitch.
There's no grass, yeah. But no, it is. I'd agree with that. It's probably my second favourite after Amy, but
yeah,
like awesome crowd as well. So
yeah.
shout out to
ridiculous.
Dolphins crowd. I know Storm's got a big following up there as well.
Yeah,
but
we had a lot of supporters up there.
it did get very loud for sure. Especially when big Josh Kerr come on and
Yeah,
Curry,
started running
around
amok.
big freaky.
scored a try. So no, I agree with you, Hughesey. Unbelievable. And that's Mun's favourite ground as well, obviously. A few good games at Suncorp.
I've had great times there. Not on the weekend.
Law of averages. That's all right. You're going to have a good one and a bad one.
Hopefully more than good.
All right. Now let's talk about tipping because I feel like you two have had pretty good weeks.
I thought I was
I don't
recapping last night, and I thought I didn't, but I could be wrong.
Be on. I think
So-
I've dropped right back.
No, usually guys, he'll be up, and you'll probably be 1 or 2 behind, and I'm probably maybe 5 behind now. Because I got a lock of the Eels, that helps.
Yeah.
That
We'll
does
see.
help.
See what
Yeah,
Dave.
help, but we'll have to go to DYOR Dave, the Tinder ban.
Yeah, I don't want to get a reputation for anything. boys. I'm a nice young man, don't you worry.
Yeah, you are, but you still
With a
got
seedy
banned.
mustache, but yeah.
Hey, I'm still good on all the other apps.
Not now.
That's a plug.
Can't admit to having all the other apps.
That's
It
a
just makes
plug.
you sound
That's
bad.
why you got banned.
Well, I don't have all of them, but you know,
Sounds like you do.
Show us your phone then.
you can help me pick through. Yeah, can I get a selfie with you guys, my profile?
Before we start the tipping, tell us your worst, crudiest pickup line then.
My worst pick. Oh, I don't know. There has been a couple. It's not my worst pickup line, but if I see someone with like an NRL prompt, I'll sort of sneakily like move the conversation towards like, oh, you know, like, have you ever heard of the 167 podcast?
That is so
Wait,
good.
so
You're using us.
give me like what's an NRL prompt for a lady?
Well, okay, there was someone I matched with on Hinge. And because there are like little, I'm guessing definitely you, Hughesey, wouldn't have been on any of the apps,
No,
right?
I've never been on an app.
Yeah, you can put in little prompts that like, you know, give you answers. So there's one that's like, you know, my dream date is, or like, you know, my biggest turn off is, or something.
Yeah.
So there was one that I saw the other day that said, I won't shut up about, and this woman wrote the NRL. So I replied to that. And I said,
Do you know the 167 podcast?
No, I didn't.
Do you know Ryan Pappenhausen?
Yeah, we're actually best friends, me and him. Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, that's real seed. Why don't we go banned?
All above board.
Nah,
No,
that's
okay.
funny. That's pretty good though.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, boys, off topic.
All right.
No.
Yeah, we're back onto tip.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's talk about how bad you guys did instead.
Okay.
So no, Mun actually got the top score of the week, 5 from 8, with the Eels locking
6 from 8.
Sharks, Raiders. No, 5 from 8, including that.
Okay, sorry.
Nice try. Got the Dogs, Raiders, Sharks, and Eels with the lock. You all had basically a terrible start to the week.
Yeah.
Especially you, Hughesey. You didn't get a game right until the Panthers game on Saturday. You got Manly, Bunnies, Storm, Broncos, all wrong. Your lock was the Titans. That was wrong. So you got 3 from 8 with
Oh
the
my
Eels,
God.
Sharks, and Panthers. Mun, you tipped the Roosters. So you could have got 6 from 8 if you tipped Panthers. And Paps, 4 from 8. You tipped Tigers,
It's like I'm last.
Broncos, Storm, and Manly, who all lost. Yep. And so that brings us
3,
to
4, 5.
Paps has pulled 1 ahead on 37, Hughesey 36, and Mun clawing his way back slowly on 29.
Oh, that's all right.
What are you behind 6? Behind me.
I was more than 6 at one stage.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
You were a full round and some, I think.
Yeah.
I
Oh, he's
didn't
clawing. He's clawing.
He's clawing back. Oh, there
That
you go.
was a putrid round, man. Holy.
I don't even
Mountain
remember who I
Dew.
tipped. I like because I knew there were a few upsets to start the week, and I was like, "Fuck!" I wouldn't
Surely I
have tipped
got
any
one.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might need to start throwing those tips in our group chat, Teal.
Yeah, okay. I'll confirm them.
Because
in case there's
I
any
went
last
completely
minute
different
changes.
on my other tip.
Yeah, but you always do
Yeah.
that. Go give us a family update. How'd you go this week?
Let's have a look. I terrible. Where are we at here?
Terrible.
I terrible. I'm so terrible.
Just got to go the same.
Wildman's
now.
looking. I did see a comment earlier in the week. People asking what the lock is. So we get 1 lock a week, and it's got to be an underdog.
And you get
it's
double
for double
points.
points. So
Oh no, I got 4 this week, so the only reason why I got 5 is because of double point with the Eels. So yeah,
So you done the
I
same.
did the same.
you did the same this week.
Yeah.
So you should have hedged this week, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I should have hedged them.
Hedging.
Hedging.
All right, DYOR, let's get it.
Yep. First game of the week, Suncorp Stadium, Thursday night, Broncos, Bulldogs.
Oh,
Oh, what a
That's gonna
game!
be a grouse game.
that's and the Bulldogs are undefeated,
Bulldogs undefeated. Bronx at Suncorp.
and they just come off a loss. Reece Walsh is out.
Yeah.
Who plays fullback then?
Oh, the bro's gone, eh? Sailor used
Sailor's
to be
gone.
Cobbo.
Oh, maybe. They got plenty of wingers, don't they? I don't know
There's your
who
man
plays-
back.
No.
Okay. I'm on.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
I just don't know if their Bronx fullback turns up.
there. And it's at Suncorp, eh?
Yeah, Bronx turn up.
I'm,
I don't know.
yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Broncos.
Dogs.
And
Who's underdogs?
Yeah, who's the underdog there?
Yeah, Broncos are underdogs.
Oh, maybe I should.
I'm gonna lock the Broncos.
You're a Bulldogs fan. That's huge.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, no. Can I
Right.
can I change mine?
No. You'll stay, bruv.
Oh, the lock. That would have been a good lock. Yeah, no, I'll stay.
I'm staying with mine. No, I'm not locking it up.
All right. Next game. Ooh, where are we? First game on Friday, Anzac Day, Roosters Dragons at Allianz.
Oh, that's a
Damn, that's a good game.
I feel like Dragons often get the lead over the Roosters on those games, even when they're not doing well.
Roosters
probably
started
doing-
pretty good last week,
yeah.
Yeah,
and,
and
just
then
ran out of
Petty.
batteries. Yeah.
Oh, hybrid.
I mean, in saying that, last year's Anzac game, Roosters put 60 on Dragons, so there's that.
Dragons are a much better team this year, I reckon. Yeah, I'm ready. Oh, who's underdogs, by the way?
Dragons, underdogs.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Roosters.
Ooh.
And I.
Oh, he's going to Lockie.
Did you go Dragons, man?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Are you gonna Darren
Are
it?
you going to Kevin Lockett?
Kevin Lockett.
Damn, 2 locks in 2 games. Let's go.
Well, I've just looked at the
There's
rounds.
no other ones.
There's-
No, but that's cheating. You're not allowed to do that. Fine.
All right, locking the Dragons.
Yeah.
Righto. Next game, 6 p.m. Friday in Christchurch, Warriors versus Knights.
There's 3 games on the
3
Friday.
Anzac Day games.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because the Warriors. Warriors who again? Titans.
Knights.
Knights.
Did they play Titans last year in the Anzac game?
Yeah.
They just changed now.
Yeah.
All right. Should have just
All right.
kept it us and the Warriors. Yeah.
I think weren't the Warriors complaining that they never got to play in New Zealand, which is fair.
Anzac, they never did.
Yeah. Shout out though, Warriors jerseys last week.
Yeah, grouse,
Best I reckon I've ever seen.
grouse.
Their heritage jersey.
They were
It was so
grouse.
nice.
Colour, the colour was.
Yeah.
Teal green.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
All right, Knights of the Underdogs. 3, 2, 1.
Warriors. Did you go Knights?
No.
Oh,
I went
you
nice
said
last
was.
week and that was a bad decision.
Yeah, Warriors.
Yep.
Christchurch, yeah.
Yep. All right, Friday night, 8 p.m. Amy Park, Storm Bunnies. The Anzac Day jerseys look fucking good as well. I like them.
They are
Yeah,
very nice.
they
They
are
always do a
nice.
good job, the
Yeah,
Anzac Day
Anzac,
jerseys. Based around one of the great pilots as well.
Yeah.
Melbourne-based pilot. So we've
Boys went
actually
out
got
there.
they're going to explain the jersey to us today at training, but I did have a little look at it and it's all based around that. So
Yeah, it's cool.
very cool story and very honoured to be able to play Anzac Day. So
100.
let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Stormers.
Storm.
Nice.
I literally
Lock.
I literally had to think then. I was like, who's playing?
What?
When you guys said Storm, I was like, oh yeah, Storm.
3 Anzac Day games. How good.
Yep. Then just 2 games on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. in North Queensland. Cowboys versus Titans.
Favourites? Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Favorites are Cowboys. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Cowboys.
Was that Titans, man?
Nah,
Titans,
Paps.
yeah.
Paps was
Oh,
Titans.
Paps Titans.
Woo.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you locking? Oh, you already locked.
No, I already locked. but I'll get
Hughesey, I'm
Titans.
telling you, the next couple of games, you're cooking.
Next game, 7:30 Saturday, Panthers Manly. Panthers home game.
Panthers saying Manly will be underdogs. Fuck, do I unlock that? How many games left? 3.
3 including this one.
Yep. That's our Panthers home game.
Yep.
They're formed too.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Panthers.
Yeah.
They'll lose now.
3 from 3.
I have not been able to get them.
Oh,
You
haven't
might be
picked
their
them,
bogey.
Well, then pick Manly then, mate.
Nah, because then they win.
Oh, true. Sweet. All
Yep.
Panthers there. I think very impressive last week.
Yeah, back to their confidence best.
Sunday, 2 p.m. in Canberra, Raiders versus Dolphins. Dolphins underdogs.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Canberra.
Yeah.
Just think after the last couple of weeks, they've been on a high.
Yeah.
Penrith and now us. And the Raiders at home, very hard to beat.
Yeah, Raiders have been playing good, man. They've been playing some good footy. So
Dolphins
they've just
are good
been tough, eh? Really tough.
real gritty. Their forward pack's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're just
Hudson Young's killing it.
doing the gritty.
So he'll probably end up getting a Blues jersey.
All right, looks like I'm locking this next game.
Yeah, okay.
Hope it's
Yeah, Tigers, Sharks
so
at Leichhardt.
Tigers underdogs, obviously.
Yes.
All right, lock me in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well,
Well, I have to.
Yeah, true.
Well, I could either
You
just
could
go
to
for the
Sharks and
safe
not have a
1
lock.
point. Yeah.
yeah.
Who do I think's going to win?
Tigers like it though. It's not.
Is Lockie Galvin back?
We'll find out today.
He could be gone.
At Leichhardt. They turn up at Leichhardt.
They do. They love it there.
Yep. Sweet. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Sharks.
Tigers.
Oh. And you're locking?
Lock it.
Yeah.
Lock
yeah.
it in, Ed.
Locking in.
Perhaps you're going Sharks?
I'm going Sharks.
Yeah, I still reckon Sharks.
Even with your Tigers hoodie on?
Oh, another dig.
even
What the
Tigers
hell?
Junior too.
What the F?
Yeah.
He's got a hate. He hates them.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say that, Dave.
I'm sorry.
You're just
say
picking me
you're
apart
banned from
today.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's early in the morning. It's been a long weekend. I'm sorry if I'm grouchy
He hasn't had
today.
his coffee. Have you had a coffee, Dior?
I actually haven't had a coffee yet.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
need to get on it. Yeah,
You can tell.
yeah.
There it is.
All right. So this could really separate us this week.
Yeah.
One a little bit different.
Separate the
Mine, I feel
boys
like
from the
quite
men.
similar
To you.
to me.
Just need
So
a
we
couple
could
of jags.
we could both. You could.
yeah. So
chase
you
down
could
Hughesey.
go. He could go out to me, or you
you
could
could
both
just-
down, and I can go up.
Yeah.
Interesting week
So
of
hopefully
footy.
it's me up.
What round is it? Round 8.
Yep.
Round 8.
8, mate.
Round 8. And
Okay, we've got our better be a big fan
favourite
of
segment.
the week. Mun, seems like you've got one
Oh, yes.
addressed.
Yep.
And thank you to all who commented again on the Better Beer merch pack giveaway as well. Dior will announce that at the end of our picks.
Yep.
But Better Beer, big fan of the moment. Munster, take us away.
Well, mine is a little bit different. It's not about sport, not about movies or anything. It's about
Here we go.
Easter.
Oh,
It's obviously Easter. My wife Bianca went and brought Biscoff hot crust buns
Oh,
from Woolies, and they're limited
okay.
edition. So I haven't been eating chocolate for a little bit. I've been pretty tight. I have it every now and after the game, but I've been pretty good after games. And she brought them home. And you know when you buy like a Nutella donut or anything, there's not much filling in it. I've heated it up and I bit into it, and it's just flown out.
Just Biscoff.
Biscoff all over my face, mate. Oh, it's the best thing I've ever tasted. I love Biscoff. So Woolies, I know it's only limited edition, but if you want to obviously sell a bit more than welcome to keep it on the shelves every day of the week.
shit.
Biscoff hot cross buns.
Give it a go, boys. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, well, I'm not much of a hot cross bun fan, to be fair. Like,
There's no sultanas in it, so
yeah, that helps. But I reckon I would be a fan of that one because I like Biscoff as well. So
Wow.
give it a go, boys. I don't know if they're on the shelves anymore, but it's obviously only come out for Easter. You might be able to get some, the full pack.
Yeah, wow.
Give it a try, boys, and then let me know how you think.
yeah, for sure.
Huge.
I'll go. I got two, both in the sport, both in the great games of rugby league and AFL. Two players that had their first game of the year and pretty much left, like, just came back and just carved up. So for the NRL, Mitch Moses hasn't played all year, come back. I think he had 4 tries first. They had a good win. I think he had a 40-20 as well. Like, without playing any footy, come straight back after I think he had a foot injury. Come back and play like that and help his team get over the line. I thought that was a huge effort. And the other one was I'm a fan of the pod, Marcus Bontempelli. Come back, first game back from injury. He had 30 touches, 2 goals.
Oosh, and the doggies won as well.
And they won as well. So I thought, two blokes coming off injury, first game of the year to absolutely, carve up for their team and help their team get the win. I was a huge fan of that. So
Love that.
shout out to those two fellas.
That second quarter of Bontempelli was ridiculous. There was 20 touches before half time, and then he just put the key on the rack.
How are the doggies, are they faring all right?
We're in the top 8. Don't worry about us, brother.
Hey, they're going well. Like, they've still got a lot of people out. Like,
Treloar.
well, obviously, Bonk come back. Treloar was out.
Darcy's fractured knee now.
Darcy's out. He
Jamara
might be out
hopefully
for a
comes back
bit.
soon.
Cody Waitman out.
Yeah,
as well.
Waitman's been
Yeah.
out. Like, but they've been playing well still. So, high hopes.
They played against some good quality opposition, and they've only just lost. So we're on, baby.
Yeah,
we're looking good for the flag.
Wow. For how they get talked down though, like you wouldn't think they're in the top 8, hey?
No, well, they haven't been getting talked about at all. They probably will now because Bont's such a big figure in the game. But like, they've been flying under the radar and they're doing pretty good. So that's just how we like it.
They've
Bro.
just got some young players coming through, mate. Sanders, West, Ed Richards, mate. We're looking bright, baby.
Yeah, we are. We are
right.
indeed.
Hughesey, shut up.
Oh, shout out to my Tigers too, getting the win over the
That was not even.
Yeah,
a good
wow.
fan,
It's not
mate.
even your big
undefeated
fan.
Suns.
He's not a Tigers fan anymore, mate.
Well, I'd wanted to point out the individuals, and then there was
Usually
it was a
wear
team
their
collective.
Usually
Team
be up and
collective,
about.
so-
Sammy Lawler got you a jersey.
Yeah, actually, I gotta
signed.
wear that.
Hey,
I gotta
this
wear
is-
that in.
This is diabolical.
Yeah, no, apologies,
That's what
but
that is.
go Tigers.
Interesting. So interesting. The undefeated Gold Coast as well.
I know, it was a huge win. Huge win.
And didn't even want to talk about it. That's so sad.
I did, mate. I just did.
You forgot.
It was a
about
team
You forgot.
effort. It was a team effort. I wanted to point out individuals for the segment. That's what the Better Bear boys wanted. So
Well, you shouting out individuals. I'm not doing that. I'm shouting out a team. It's my Manchester
Kangas?
United.
Oh,
Europa League.
Day one.
It was 2-2 full time. Second leg went to extra time. Leon scored 2 goals. Went up 4-2
in the extra time.
in extra time. And then United scored 3 goals in 7 minutes and advanced to the next stage. So one of the great wins.
3 goals in 7 minutes. That's
huge.
crazy.
For people who aren't soccer or football fans and they say the game's boring, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. 90 minutes is boring. But if you watch the last 30 minutes of that game,
Crazy.
guarantee you'll start to like football, soccer a bit more. But
With the soccer, would you rather it be golden goal instead of being like they give themselves a chance? Because if you're that other team and you
Yeah, nah. Well, in that comp, I reckon it's good that they go. Because then if they need the amount of goals, they can just go for gold and just chase what they need to get.
But why don't they do, like I always ask the question, why don't they do that the whole time in the game? Where if they scored 3 goals in 7 minutes, like where's that?
Yeah, to be fair, Leon got a guy red carded in the 90th minute.
Oh, and they helped them.
They still scored 2 goals. So
It's still
It's crazy.
crazy scenes. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of the extra time.
Yeah.
Give the boys a chance.
But then it's like, I think there should be extra time and then there should be golden goal.
Yeah.
Penalties is cruel.
Oh,
Yeah, penalties
That'll
is
break your
cruel.
heart.
Like, I know it's tradition and it's good, but like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
imagine a mammoth game and
It's like us going OT, no one gets it, and then
Kicking goals.
goal kicks.
goal kicks,
Yeah.
which they did in Union for a bit, right?
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they did it in Union.
Nah.
Yeah,
they
pretty
still
sure they
kick
did.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it happened too
that like
often. And
18,
then when it
26?
did happen, they were like, we should change the rule because that's weird.
That is
But
weird.
in Super Rugby,
I remember the
True.
was it Leicester or Leinster or whatever.
One of the
Where would you
European
go, if you had to do that for rugby league, where would you go to kick for goal? Because you know how we have like they have their best goal kicker first, second, third, fourth.
I reckon you'd have like you play horse.
and
And you
see
get
who
to
can
pick-
go.
Yeah, you get to set it. So you flip the coin.
Oh yeah.
First kicker gets to set it,
Yeah.
and then second, like if he gets it, you got to kick it from there. But if he misses, then the ball's in the other guy's court, and he gets to pick where from, and the other team.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
so-
Okay, I like it.
That'd be
I don't
interesting.
mind
Eh?
that. Yeah, that
be
would
fun.
be.
Who would you storm,
Like, I would
storm top 5 kickers
Kickers?
to take it? Man,
So not mine.
Maybe from the sideline,
I'll go.
not from in front.
So 5.
Yeah,
Perhaps,
true.
Perhaps means wishy. Perhaps means wish.
GA, Grant Anderson.
GA. Well, it'd have to be Mun.
Yeah, I'd go Mud. In that
Mun.
moment, he's making it.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, he'll show up when needed,
know
just
about
not in front.
Make sure it's the hardest one out on the sideline.
Although I missed an easy one on the weekend.
I was rattled.
Oh, talk about that. We
I was
didn't.
rattled.
I missed
What
an
did you get in a
easy
row?
one.
16.
15.
No, because you got the first 2 and then missed the third
Yeah,
one.
right, yeah.
16.
Yeah, because what I was thinking, because I looked at it said 16 too. I'm like, oh, well, I'm just waiting. for
It
2
wasn't.
points
It
coming.
wasn't easy. It was.
Oh, it was
probably
like
the
middle
easiest.
jams, yeah.
yeah,
It was off his try.
yeah. It was probably the easiest from that night.
That's where my head was at. I was like, I'm thinking and looking at the scoreboard going, oh, perhaps missed it. And they couldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pushed it. I lost concentration. I was
So-
thinking about how sore my back was.
Haslam's record is safe for now.
For now.
I told you should let me take that one, bro.
Yeah, I should have.
No, it was.
You can get
it was
hard
on
one
your
for the
hair.
sideline,
I kicked some
okay.
hard ones in the game. I just
Yeah.
just lost my
It was your.
concentration.
It was the bad side, bro.
You were thinking
Left
about
No, that was good side.
Yeah, he was thinking
It was
about
on
the
the
outcome.
left.
Yeah.
Like
He hooked
right
it.
footer from the left is good.
Oh, it was on the left. Yeah,
He was
yeah.
thinking about outcome, not process.
Yeah, true.
Got me.
The record.
So the record's over, boys, but still a long season.
Yeah,
so
yeah. We can.
I mean, if we can keep scoring 7 tries a game, then
Yeah,
I can go up in
chance.
7s. We'll get there in.
He was on 34 points with about 4 holes to play and wiped the last 4.
Yeah, sandbagged it.
Sandbag.
That's right. That's okay. I still feel good. Just a little blemish.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah,
Hazem.
right.
One of the
He'll be
great
back.
yeah. Shout out Haslam.
All right. Better be merch pack giveaway. DYOR.
Yep, big fan of the week wins every week. Case of beer and a better beer merch pack. So I don't know if you boys saw, we've now got some voice memos going. So
I love this.
that's how the submissions are.
Love this.
Yep. So
This is actually really cool.
Do you announce, like, will you play a few of them and we pick, or have you picked one out?
Oh, I've picked one this week, but maybe next week I'll bring a few. And
Yeah, I like
This will be
that.
cool.
I like
can't
that.
wait to hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll see it up when this gets posted on a reel, but you can head to memo.fm/167 podcast. If you want to record yours, you can do it on your phone, on your laptop, wherever. Get it recorded. This is this week's winner. I think their name's Emmett, but I think they tell us. Let's have a listen.
Hey boys, Emmett from Brisbane here. My big fan moment of the week is the guy at the Dolphins game, which I went to dressed as Jerome, headgear included, who, when I went for a pee in halftime, guy put his hand on my head just as I was tucking in, and I turned around and he said, "Jerome, what are you doing? Talk to the boys." and I pretended to be you, Jerome, and I said, yeah, don't worry, Bells is on it. He's given the boys a spray, but, nature calls, hey? And then I promptly left. Yeah, that's my big fan of the moment. Guy in the bathroom.
Wow.
That's outstanding.
Wait, so
It must look like you.
so he was the one dressed up.
No. No, was he?
It sounded like he was because he.
He was dressed up.
He was dressed up.
Dolphins
The headgear, and the guy
fan
was,
came
he was
over
in the toilet about the wee, and then the guy grabbed him on the head.
So he was dressed up. Emmett was dressed up
With the headgear.
as me.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
And
he shouted out himself.
Well, I think he shouted out the Dolphins guy.
Thinking it was him. So you must have,
Yeah.
have a look
good
alike.
chat.
Yeah.
And
Well-
that's a proper big fan moment because he's dressed up.
He
as
is
you.
a fan. I'll get if we can get a message to him and see if he can send a photo of himself
Yeah.
in the kit.
Yep.
We'll
Because
send
he
him
could have
out
straight
a-
up just lied and said he was in the kit.
We'll send him out a Hughesey headgear.
Yeah.
he can
Well, I
actually
think he
wear
had
it.
one.
Like a proper Hughesey headgear.
Yeah.
Do they sell them at Steeden?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
Well, no, not with my
Yeah,
initials in that on it, but
Emmett. That's
Emmett.
outstanding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice, Emmett.
Shout out Emmett.
Sorry, but we can-
Probably should have. You should have came from the toilet and played for us. We might have had a chance, but shout out Emmett. That's awesome.
Very
Hey,
good.
big fan of the voice memos, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
massive
that's
fan.
cool.
Big fan of the voice memos.
Can we bring it in for listeners' question of the week?
I was thinking the exact same. I was thinking, I was thinking the same. I know it might be a bit of biting because I know the morning shift show. I don't know if you've watched that, but they do, and it's pretty funny. Like, it's a podcast over in New Zealand that they do, and they get some funny voice memos coming. So I reckon we should do it as well. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Send in your questions of the week then.
I feel like you'd be more connected.
Yeah. You like to hear what they say and what they sound like.
What they sound like, yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
I like it.
Love it.
Nice deal, Dave.
Yep. All right. Well, send in your questions then and your big fan for next week. I'll put a link in the Instagram bio and TikTok so you can get to that website quickly. But yeah, looking forward to hearing them next week.
Love it.
Beautiful.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Better be.
Better be.
Keep on delivering, boys.
All right. Now we've got our perfect partners, but Dave's been too busy on Tinder this week and hasn't cut up the clips. So we'll save that for next week. But in all fairness, we probably don't have enough clips to get us through to the end of the year. So it's probably a good time to just savor them. And have a week off. Any arguments
pressures?
in the
Yeah.
household?
Yeah.
I need to
Let you boys be in the good books for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always an argument when I get home.
Yeah.
So,
And not
you've saved us.
not a fan of Mole commenting on that post saying I still do it because I don't do that.
Hey, that
I
was
got
the
copped a
funniest
lot,
clip.
man. I got copped a lot from the earbuds. Yeah, Dave, I don't know why you put that on one of the reels. There's a lot of other content on there that could have been put up, but cop the fair spray from it. Not a spray, but
That was so funny,
please
man.
explain.
That was all time.
Please
Actually,
explain.
my sister called me during the week and said that was probably the funniest thing she's seen on the podcast. So my brother's partner,
He surely does it. Oh, she does it as well.
No,
Oh,
but
I
she's
don't know.
like, she loves like cleaning people's ears out and whatnot.
There you go.
Oh.
So like she wasn't in the room watching, but Abby rewinded the video and was like, Kira, you have to come watch this. And they were all just laughing in the lounge room. So
Yeah, they probably think I'm a weirdo, but that's fine.
No, I think it's way worse. I don't know why so many girls are into like pimple popping as well.
Oh,
I don't know if any of
yeah.
the misses are that. I can't
Yeah.
get around that.
Neither.
Mole does that a lot, like my back and stuff. If I got a,
that's gross. I don't get it either.
yeah,
I mean, there needs to be an investigation into that. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
yeah.
It must be some sort
I don't
of.
know how you get satisfaction out of watching a pimple get popped. I'm with Hughesey. Like every now and then I can't see him on my back and she's just there poking away.
Oh,
Mate, get off.
gross.
Yeah.
Gross. So that's no perfect partners this week, but we've got our listeners' question of the week. So Hughes, you get to that.
Yep, I'll get it up. So I got one here from Nathaniel Blake. His question is: having injuries is tough, as I dislocated my ankle last year in local thirds AFL. How do you find coming back into the full contact sport? Are you scared or stressed of re-injury? What's your normal routine coming back?
Ooh, so
It's a bit of a tough question, obviously.
Yeah. We'll let our fair share
Injuries,
over the
yeah.
past sort of 12 months. So.
Yep.
Good question. Who was that?
Nathaniel Blake.
Nathaniel Blake. Having injuries is tough. Dislocated ankle. How do you find coming back into full contact sport?
For me, like most recently, probably my hand. It's you know, even though you know it's quite sore, I think you got to mentally try not to think about it as much as you can, because I feel like when you start thinking about it, that's when your technique goes out the door, and you probably start. It could put you in more danger the way you try hide your hand, and it could make it worse. So for me, whenever I'm coming back into full contact off, an injury like that or something like that, I just try my hardest to keep try not to think about it at first, which it's quite hard to do, but I think it'll be better for the long run, because if you start worrying about it, then that's when stuff can go probably worse. So that's the way I think about it anyway.
Yeah, I like that. I think mine's probably around obviously trusting the physios around you, trusting that they know what they're doing. But I think also a big one's like everything happens for a reason. So like if you go out there and something happens again, it's obviously a reason for you to get better at something else, or maybe take a bit more time. So I think that's probably my approach to it now is, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen, and you just address it. But like you said, if you go out there thinking about it, you're going to put yourself in positions where you're probably going to expose it even more. So my thing is trusting, I guess it's probably just, it's trusting the process altogether. But if something does happen, you just respond to it and deal with it.
I've been pretty lucky. My worst one I've ever had was probably my finger and my hips. So I've had obviously medials or ligaments here and there, but I haven't had anything compared to Pappy or Hughesey with the way how much metal they have in their body. But I think for me, I just probably my personality. I literally don't think about it a whole heap, to be honest. I think I'm pretty lucky in that space. Talk about it all the time about monkey symbols and that, in my side of my head. But truly, I know everyone laughs about it, but I don't know. I just have that mindset of forgetness sometimes and forget that I've actually ever had something done. So, I think that's probably something I'm very fortunate about. I know there's a lot of deep thinkers and different personalities around the group and around people who have different ways of dealing with stuff. So for me, I literally honestly, I'm pretty lucky about it. I just forget about it, to be honest. So I can't really delve a whole heap into that.
Yeah, I think Paps brings up a good point, like the trusting the process. Like when we do have an injury, like we're very lucky. We get looked after a lot by surgeons, doctors. We get physio every day, so it's not like we just had the injury and then been fucking chucked straight back into a game. So there's a lot of hard work rehab wise and treatment wise that goes into it, and by banking all that up gives you a lot of confidence to get out there again and trust what you've done. So lucky enough for us, we get that. Some local AFL or NRL players probably don't get that much, but their timeline might be a little bit longer. But yeah, you just got to trust what you've done.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. Like people sort of ask you, what'd you do to get back and blah blah blah, and I think that's probably underestimated a lot of time. We get hands-on treatment every single day. So just because Hughesey's had a broken hand, he's back in a week, or because I've done my ankle, I'm back in 6 weeks, doesn't mean that you have to be that timeline as well. I reckon that's a big misunderstanding. There's no better healer than time. And I think if you're, don't have the luxury of getting physio every single day, it might take you a little bit longer. But I think that's good point.
And it's a good one. Like if you're not confident to go back, like you don't have to. Like there's probably times where, I don't know, physios have probably told me like, yeah, you could probably play now, but if I'm not confident, then I don't want to play. Like I'd rather have that extra week and be like, I'll rather go out playing when I'm confident, and that's going to help me play better and help me have that right mindset to play. So there's a lot of different factors to it, but
love it. Do you have another one? I've just seen one there as well. Thanks,
you go,
Daniel. Good question. This one's from Kindle Howe, I think it is. But it's like, cheer the boys. Quick question for Pappy about kicking. It's been blah blah blah. It was about the miss.
It's about the miss.
Wondering if he picked up any tips from DC while him and Hughesey spent time over the off season. Also, how was that for both you boys, getting some time to pick his brain about things? I think that's a very interesting one, because I thought there's one thing that stood out to me that he said, and it was less is more.
Yeah,
and I've taken that.
Yeah,
it's once again sort of from the book, but a lot of it's around feel based, and if you're doing thousands of reps and then someone else wants you to kick for him, you've got to be strong enough to say, no, I've
No,
done my reps
yeah.
for the day. And then once again, you trust in the process, trust that you've done the right amount of kicks, trust that you feels good, and you go into game knowing that you've kicked thousands of kicks before and
Yeah.
you've been in a good spot. So
Yeah.
that's something I took out of it, but I thought you had some good points.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
I was sort of similar. He just had so much knowledge, Like there was so much we took from him. I loved the way he was just talking about how he'd stay in the moment sort of thing. Like that was a pretty cool thing, and that's what we've been trying to do now with our team is, don't like outcome based is what you've been talking about. Don't think too far ahead. Don't think too far behind what's happened. Try stay in the now. And I know he had a little thing where he tapped his thigh just to keep him steady and keep him in the now. So that's something I'm just trying to get into my game. So yeah, it was awesome. So much stuff come from that little trip. So hopefully catch up again and hopefully win our money back from golf.
Yeah, true. Anything, man? Anything you sort of think about kicking, or like you said, you don't really think much, which I think is a big strength of yours, but for a personality type like you, is there any advice you'd give?
I think for me, I probably kicked a lot of 7 tackles the last probably couple of weeks, and my kicking probably hasn't been on as much as it usually is. So I reckon I've really tried to work too hard to try and practice more. You know what I mean? And I feel like it hasn't come off. So sometimes when I don't do anything, it comes off. So probably more like we spoke about with TC, like less is more. So like I might do 10 reps, but I might only start doing 5 now, like just to know that I've done, like, because at times I get frustrated because I've kicked the 7 and I'm coming into meetings and I know far out I've done it again. So I'm overthinking and going, like you talk about the outcome before the process. So that's something that I need to start doing a little bit better. And yeah, I think if I can get that better, it's probably going to make us better. So I think I'm probably overthinking it at the moment. And like you said, I don't really think a whole heap, and that's probably when I play my best. So I've been happening a fair bit the last couple of weeks. So hopefully I can get the monkey off my back this week against South and put 4 try assists for X. Or just don't kick it all and just go, Hughesey, you're up.
Just put some midfield spirals up, man.
Some midfieldies.
You're pretty good at those. That wraps us up for the week, lads. Exciting week. Like I said, Anzac Day coming up. DYOR's fight to get his Tinder profile back. And
legal battles. Got legal battles.
Yeah,
That better be a real.
Yeah, see you in court.
That better be a real.
Sponsor us.
actually, talk about court. I got judiciary tonight.
Oh, yes.
Dangerous contact, Averillo.
Grub.
Wasn't intentional at all,
You are
and
right, mate.
hopefully you can get off. So
Yeah. So what you're trying to downgrade a fine, because you don't have enough
it's a
money
fine.
to pay the fine.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Because
times are a bit tough.
he's paying the bloody, what is it? The Mornington or Bayside council.
Bayside
Yeah.
council fees,
That's-
mortgage. Yeah, at times. Tough.
With his boat license and
He's trying to save himself $200.
But no, I just want my clean skin record back. It's not a nice look.
True,
you know?
true. That is true. Yeah,
So-
you don't want to have anything on there. So
Hopefully, if Jake Averillo's watching, he can put in a good word.
Yeah. well, this won't be
because-
out until after the judiciary. So
Well, then if I don't get off, then public enemy number 1. But no, wraps up, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will be back next week for episode 12 and the return of Perfect Partners. See ya.
Yo.
boys.